Good evening, brothers and sisters, and welcome to another Schizophrenic update. Today I've been in my feelings. I've been emotional today. And I wanted to be honest with you guys. I wanted to be vulnerable. Because we live in a day and time to where young men are taught, boys don't cry, men don't cry. Men don't show emotions or feelings. Men don't let people see that they're struggling. And it's just that stigma, that stereotype is hurting so many brothers. There's so many brothers right now who they're struggling inside and they feel like giving up, but they're not letting their spouse know or their girlfriend know or their parents or their friends know because they don't want to feel like a burden. And so I hope this poem today inspires brothers and sisters to be honest. It's okay to show emotions. It's okay to show feelings. If you're struggling, it's okay to say that you're struggling. It's okay to cry. It's okay to shed tears. It's okay to break down in your shower and just pray to God in that moment. So please, brothers and sisters, I hope this poem is uplifting. The title of this poem is called Tears in the Hands of Jesus. And I titled it that because it was about 1.5 years ago to where I broke down in my shower. I was naked, I was crying, I was on my knees, and I had a razor in my hand and I was about to cut myself. And in that moment, I cried and I prayed and God is so good that He answered my prayers. He answered me in that moment and He comforted me. So I want you to know, brothers or sisters, whoever's watching this, that you can cry. You can say, I'm having difficulties. It's okay if you say and if you're honest, man, I'm struggling. Please be honest so people around you, so they can give you a shoulder to lean on, so they can be there for you and support you. It's hard for people to support you if they don't know what's going on. So let's read this. Like I said, its title is Tears in the Hands of Jesus. They told me to be strong, to hold it together, to hide the tears, to swallow the pain, to keep smiling even when my soul was breaking apart. But some nights the weight becomes too much. Some nights the darkness feels heavier than the body can carry. And the truth is this: God never asked us to pretend. He never asked us to hide our tears. Sometimes faith looks like falling to your knees and crying until you have nothing left. Sometimes worship sounds like sobbing, and Jesus stays beside you through every tear. I know what it feels like to break. I know what it feels like when schizophrenia turns ordinary moments into battles, when the voices are loud, when the hallucinations won't stop, when sleep disappears, when fear crawls into the room and sits beside your bed. I've spent nights fighting things nobody else could see. I've walked through storms that many people can never imagine. Yet somehow, Jesus was there, not always removing the storm, but standing beside me inside it. There were days when addiction wrapped chains around my heart, days when alcohol promised relief, days when destruction felt easier than healing, days when I wanted to run from myself. The enemy whispered that I was damaged, broken, unworthy, too far gone. But Christ spoke louder. He called me son. He called me loved. He called me His. And that changed everything. I learned that tears are not weakness. Tears are honesty. Tears are what happen when the heart can no longer carry the burden alone. Even Jesus wept. The Savior of the world cried. The King of Kings shed tears. So why should we be ashamed of ours? If Jesus was not afraid to cry, then neither should we. There is courage in letting the tears fall. There is healing in surrender. I remember the nights I thought I wouldn't survive. The nights when the pain felt endless. The nights when loneliness screamed louder than hope. Yet every morning God carried me one more day, one more hour, one more step, one more breath. I didn't always feel strong. I wasn't always brave. Sometimes I simply survived, and even that was enough for Jesus. Christ does something beautiful with broken people. He doesn't run from our wounds. He enters them. He sits with us in the ashes. He kneels beside us when we're crying on the floor. He gathers every tear, every heartbreak, every disappointment, every fear, and he whispers, "I am still here." Those words have healed me more than anything this world could offer. People ask how I keep going. The answer isn't because I am strong. The answer isn't because I have all the answers. The answer isn't because life suddenly became easy. I keep going because Jesus embraced me when I had nothing left. When I was exhausted, when I was hurting, when I was terrified, when I felt completely alone, his presence became my medicine. His love became my shelter. His grace became my strength. So if you are crying today, cry. If you are hurting, let yourself hurt. If you are overwhelmed, tell God about it. You don't have to impress him. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to be perfect. Bring him your tears. Bring him your fears. Bring him your broken pieces. Because the same Jesus who carried me through schizophrenia, addiction, trauma, and darkness is still carrying people today. And I can testify in this truth. When Christ wraps his arms around a wounded heart, there is no medicine like his love, no comfort like his presence, no peace like his embrace. So cry if you need to, break down if you must. Jesus isn't ashamed of your tears. He's reaching out his hands to wipe them away. So that's what I wrote, brothers and sisters, when it came to just what I'm feeling today, that there's a lot of pain that I'm processing. There's a lot of mistakes that I've made that I'm reflecting upon. There's a lot of people that I've hurt, and I'm processing that hurt and what I did. And it's not easy to process those mistakes. It's not easy to accept those mistakes and to try to move on. It's really hard to do, but if you're able to seek out Jesus and allow Jesus to comfort you, to strengthen you, to encourage you, and if you just remember that Jesus cried, so you should cry, you can cry too, it's okay. If you remember that Jesus will wipe away your tears, that he will hold you close, he will embrace you, I promise you, brothers and sisters, that those tears you shed, it's a good thing, and you'll feel better afterwards. So I just want you to know, brothers and sisters, whether, you're struggling with addiction, pornography, if you're struggling when it comes to at your work, at your job, and you're not getting along with your coworkers or your supervisor, if you're in school and you're not doing very well and you're not passing or getting good grades, if you're in a relationship that is toxic and that person that you're with hurts you mentally and physically, if you are making mistakes right now, if you are selling your body, if you are letting people abuse this temple that God gave you, if you are promiscuous, whether you're a man or a woman, if you are sleeping around, whatever you're going through, I want you to know that if you take the time to kneel tonight and pray to Jesus and talk to Jesus and cry and just let it out, I promise you that it's going to be worth it and you'll feel so much better afterwards. So please, brothers and sisters, just know it's okay to cry. It's okay to shed tears. It's okay to break down. Especially if you're a man, it's okay to break down. Because sometimes that's what you need. Sometimes that is exactly what you need. To feel those feelings that are eating you alive. So I hope this poem reaches the people who need it the most. So thank you guys. God bless you and have a good evening. Peace.